Hi everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use Proctorio in a Canvas quiz. The first thing that we have to do is recognize that Proctorio is a browser extension and will only work with certain supported browsers. So the first step that you as an instructor and your students will need to do is get the Proctorio extension. So if I go into, in this case, Google Chrome, and I typed in get Proctorio. This first link, Proctorio extension, is a valid link. It will work. However, I am going to come into this setup option for just a moment. You will notice that it needs to be launched in a supported browser, Edge, Chrome, Opera, or Brave. If your students do not have one of those four browsers, they will need to download that first. Then we are able to install the Proctorio extension. So by clicking this Get the Proctorio extension, I am able to see, first of all, that I have a supported browser, and now I can install the extension. I'm going to add it to Chrome. It will tell you what it can and can't do. They are trying to make data privacy aware. It will come in. It's been added in. We should be good to go. So now when I go into my course, what I'm going to do is I am looking for this secure exam Proctorio. If I do not see that, if I click on the course settings under the navigation tab, I can enable that. Let's see if I can get that to go away. Maybe there we go. Um, So since this is in my course, I need to pair it with this course. So I'm going to click Secure Exam Proctor, and all it will tell you is that the Secure Exam Proctor plugin was successfully installed. That is all that that does, is that it makes it so that we have connected to Proctorio. So now I can go into a quiz. And in this case, I'm going to create a blank quiz. Now, I have the option of creating a new quiz or a classic quiz. I'm going to choose a classic quiz and click Submit. In here, as before, I can name this a type of quiz. I can come in and name this. And then as I scroll down, there is this option to enable Proctorio Secure Exam Proctor. I click on that, you will notice that it automatically creates the access code. There is no way for us to change that at this point. You will also know that Proctorio recommends enabling a time limit. You don't have to, but it does recommend having one so that it knows when to force the quiz to submit and Proctorio to shut down. However, at the top is this set of Proctorio settings. When I click on the Proctorio settings, then we can read the accessible use policy, and then we can go on. Now, as I create exams, I could have saved profiles so that I don't have to go through this whole process every single time. However, I'm going to walk through some of the exam settings. There are many different record options that we have available. Currently, this says that it would record the video from a camera. If I want the audio in the room, I can click the button and it will allow the audio in the room to be recorded. I can record the screen. I can record web traffic. I could also ask for the surrounding desk. You'll notice when I do this, a secondary menu pops up, turning it off or at the start of the exam or periodic exam scanning. However, when I had this off, we'll remove these for a moment, and I'm going to click on Record Screen. You'll notice that this is now flashing green. That is a suggestion from Proctorio saying that if this setting is enabled, you should also consider this setting. So maybe I'm going to come in and record at the start, but now I want to say that there will only be one screen. I can force it to be a full screen. again with different settings. I can also say no new tabs or close any other open tabs. We recommend disabling printing as well as the clipboard, block downloads. Now, the clear cache will delete out any traces of the exam from the computer after the attempt ends. You can also disable that right click menu. If you want to prevent reentry, you can do so. You can allow reentry, no reentry. You could also have them reach out to the Proctorio staff um, if you choose. The verification options will ensure that the video is working correctly, the audio, we can verify the desktop recording, we can have them show a copy of their photo identification, they can also be required to sign it. There are some tools you can give them, such as the calculator. Maybe we want a scientific calculator, or if I want them to have a basic whiteboard or not installed. Then we can open up the exam settings summary. In general, I think that we just want to leave that as is. It's not really helpful for us. However, the proctorial behavior settings might be things that you want to consider. So I leave mine typically on recommended. You have lenient behaviors. Up here in this corner, it will allow you to see more information about that option. Or if this is a group exam, open notes, I can customize behavior settings. Also down here, we have the frame metrics. So if, for example, navigating away from the quiz, what will happen is that we'll score it as a very severe um, infraction as far as Proctorio is concerned. But if I'm going to have them navigating away, maybe it is not a severe infraction. I have the ability to move that. If they resize the browser, it will notify me based on that severity. If there are more than one face in the space, I can modify that severity as well. I can also look at computer abnormalities and then any environmental abnormalities. Once when I've done that, I have the ability to create a new profile if I want. And when I have finished with that, you'll notice that there is no save button. Proctorio is going to save automatically. This save button is for the Canvas quiz. So after I create the Proctorio quiz settings, I can go in and I can provide the details, I can provide the questions, I can do all of that. And then when I finish giving the exam, I will be able to watch the exam results right from this quiz space. After students have taken the exam, I will be able to moderate that right here. The Teaching and Learning Center would be glad to help you with any of these questions that you have concerning Proctorio or how to get it set up in our courses. If you need help understanding some of these nuances, we would also be glad to help you think about what level of security you need. Thank you.